This is what you call proper hardcore camping. We've driven through floods, over a dale, over a mountain. Never ever seen it like this at all. So this is absolutely just encroaching. No, Sam, we need to have rain to have rainbows, don't we?
I'm not a rainbow fan, to be honest with you.
Here is our memories from the worst storm we've spent flooded, and I'm not going to risk going through that. Allegedly. So all these are going to this is all going to go a little bit out of sync. So this is still Friday, the day of the vet storm, and all the back of my caravan is absolutely sodden. I'm just going to have a shower. Just been editing the other video that I did, so for a quick walk around the campsite. The reason why I've just got the camera out, I just went to go and get some stuff for my tea, and I want to show you a farmer's field in a minute, but I'm just going to have a quick walk around the site. And the wind's dropped right down now, but it has not stopped raining since the small hours of last night. Again, like all the puddles and everything. I'm just going to make my way to a bit of a cut through into what we call the swimming pool, and this is probably the worst we've ever seen it. There's a lot of flooding going on over here, but this is definitely, I've never ever seen this as bad as this ever, and this is dreadful. look at this. Never ever seen it like this at all. So this is absolutely just encroaching onto the back of the travel trolls pictures. They're off the ground slightly, but look at that. I mean, I actually cut the grass on there yesterday. As I say, this has been recorded on the Friday, and I was actually on here yesterday saying we moved Boathead caravan over. Well, look at that. Never seen it like this. And then, as I say, I'm just going to walk round over to the down the dog walk, and you'll see what just caught my eye, which is why I got the camera out. But all sodden on the floor here, look. So a couple of people should have been on touring today who pulled until tomorrow. Never seen this like this ever. This is pitch number 9, which was yeah, it's actually flooded. So in the beginning of the year when we had all the rain, it was nothing at all like this. So we've had that there, what we call the duck pond, but that was that's how bad it is there. Again, fortunately we're really quiet. Pitch number 8 is pretty well underwater. Absolutely unbelievable. Pitch number 7, pretty well underwater. And pitch number 19, where we've got somebody on, they've actually just moved. Pitch number 3 is also pretty mucky. The rest of the site's fine, but come with me, wait till you see this. So that farmer's field over there, and this is the track. which obviously this often you end up with it with all this puddling. But I just came out, as I say, to get some food from the freezer. And wait till you see this. I've never seen this. Just hang on a minute. I just need to walk carefully that I don't slip and slip on any of the clay and end up flat on my face. That's one of the dikes that got cleared. Remember, that was empty. Hardly any water going through that the other week when I filmed here. But this field behind the hedge, I couldn't believe it when I saw it. I don't know if I'm going to be able to video it very clearly or not. Let me put the camera down and I'll see whether I can get this on camera. So that field there, that lake that you can possibly see, is not a lake. That is that's the it's one of the wheat fields from this summer. I don't know if you can see how bad this is. Look at that. So yeah, I just decided to randomly come out of the van and just share that with you, because, you know, when it does rain here at the nurseries, you know, when we do have hardcore rain, it does tend to be of a biblical proportion, and it's proper rain. It's not like, you know, it's not like rain other campsites gets, where it's just like the pitter patter of rain. We've had some hardcore rain here with this storm, and still another 24 hours to go. Right, as I say, this will be a couple of days later when you see this, but I just sort of, I don't know, just for history, wanted to capture the nurseries with flooded pitches. And we thought the pitches were flooded in March and April, didn't we, at Easter, but nothing compared to what we've got there. Absolutely nothing. It's the morning after the storm before, and after pretty well 24 hours of relentless rain, it did stop eventually, and quite miraculously most of the campsite has dried up. We're going to have a quick walk around in a minute. So Rasha's having more of a an enjoyable walk. So I'm not going to go down the normal dog walk because it's too muddy. But look at the state of that field there now. So if you didn't know better, you'd swear blind that there was a lake up. I'm getting myself a bit of a lie in, so I'm on a day off today. And I do believe it's JP's birthday. So JP, if you're watching this, I'm sure we'll sing it to you later. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, JP. From me, Sandra and Rasha, happy birthday to you. So apparently we're going to nip up to the Axe and Cleaver for a bite to eat later. First, I'm going to give Rasha a walk and then a quick walk around the site. And I think I'm going to strip all my bedding off today and put fresh bedding on. And I need to get some washing done because obviously I had some jeans and stuff yesterday that were rather wet and sandy. You can't see here my little dead cat. Sorry, I'm on the GoPro here. The dead cat is full of sand. But yeah, what a 24 hours of rain that was. And apparently on Tuesday, so I'm not too sure when this video is going to be going out, but in a few days time we have potentially got another storm on the way. Just looking over here, I can't zoom in, but I've actually got golden sort of swimming on the on this farmer's field, actually swimming on it, peaceful and quiet. And it's quite remarkable how much the pitches have drained. Oof. Let's have a quick chat. Okay, right, so we just our winter wardens, winter sitters are looking after the site today, so we're just working out some allocations where we're moving. But there's water on here. If you remember yesterday, this one here was absolutely underwater. All here was underwater, and this is the one good thing about this site is it does drain very, 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 very quickly. So just go on to the back fields here, the camping fields. So I think I showed you that the so this field had rape in it this year. I was going to say last year, didn't it? So these has got these have got drains what come down into the dikes. So here is rock hard. There's nothing going on here. You can see all the murky water there, and then this is quite remarkable. Again, going on the video that you saw, this is where we moved boat head to pitch. All here yesterday was completely underwater, and yeah, so the swimming pool's still large, but compared to what it was, nothing. But this was absolutely completely underwater yesterday. Right, let's go and see the boat heads there here on there. First time on the new pit. Oh, hang on a minute, sorry. Hang on a minute. Good morning, Mr. Travel Troll. Dan, how are you?
Good morning, Neil. How are you? I'm good.
It's been a bit wet, hasn't it?
It's gone down quickly though, is that puddle?
That's I videoed here yesterday, over here, because I cut the grass on Friday. It was 3-4 inches underwater.
Well, this front tyre was about 3 inches underwater last night, so it's gone down quite well.
But you know, Sam, we need to have rain to have rainbows, don't we?
I'm not a rainbow fan, to be honest with you.
High above the trees and houses, rainbow flying high.
Did you know I've been metal detecting with Bungle?
Oh yeah.
True story. The Bungle.
Really?
Yeah.
How did he talk?
Very camp.
What was he?
Yes.
Right, have you managed to clear up some of your carnage?
Yeah, we've done alright. We've got a pile ready for the tip.
Goodness me.
And the carpet will be going to the tip, but I'm just trying to dry it out a bit, and yeah, served everything else.
Okay.
No
Yeah,
problem.
it's an al fresco day. Oh, it's al fresco day, isn't it?
Al fresco?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Al fresco, you know, al fresco. It's an eating outside day. It's an al fresco day.
Well, I'm not eating outside.
I thought we might be going out for lunch later, aren't we?
Yeah, we're off to Axe and Cleaver.
Oh, can't we sit outside and pretend it's summer?
You can.
Oh,
So we don't want you sitting on our table.
I thought we were on the big round table.
We are.
Have I been ejected?
No, you can come if you sit outside.
Oh, well, okay. I feel a bit sad about that. Rain-wise, so you've obviously the travel trolls. You were on the road for years. As far as I go, as far as constant rain, that was my worst I've ever seen with constant rain. Not as far as storm goes, but what about you?
I've seen as bad, if not worse, in Scotland in the past. Yeah, never in England.
No, that was something. We've got a video which I'm going to incorporate in the video. We were up 2020 with Sandra in a place called near Settle, near Giggleswick, and as far as sleeping in a caravan with the wind, that was the worst night we've ever had. But
you should have slept on the viaduct. To put your caravan up on the viaduct.
That'd have been sensible, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's a good job I'm sensible, isn't it? Right, I'm going to go and make sure the boat heads are okay. Good job we moved their van, isn't it? Because they would have needed an amphibian to got to theirs if they come up on a Friday night. And you got your new neighbours, Cobblies, are here now as well. Got the vans on.
They're not my new neighbours.
Well, next door but two. And then Bob and Joyce are moving their van today. They're bringing a brand new van on. Have you heard about that?
I knew they were getting one. I didn't know they were getting one today, and he did send me a message last night asking me if his awning was alright.
Yeah.
Which it was.
Yeah. So there's quite a lot going. And believe it or believe it not, we've got 7 or 8 on touring. We had a couple of cancellations yesterday and everything, but there's quite a few on, and it's all should be good. All right, all good. You need a little. I saw you about talking about their little awning. That's what you need. One of them, innit? A couple of them.
Yeah. Lucky man.
Campsite wardens. They've got the experience, you see.
No, he's got 2 big 6-inch thick straps. That's what he's got.
Does that work? So there's all the yeah, well drained down. Right. So it's only the travel stroller hauling that really caused any problems. Everything else has all been okayed. Right, that's what you call being sensible when you get your migration and you go, hey up, off go the geese. Right, so we've changed the bed, nice and clean bed, and we'll put another throw over for you, Rasha, in case of any wet soggy paw prints, but also a bit calmer than it was. Have a treat. There you go. So storms. Sandra sent me a message going, do you remember when we went to somewhere? So the storm we've just had here, Babette, at the nurseries, is possibly the worst rain I've ever experienced. But as far as a storm goes to physically be in the caravan overnight, for us it was 2020. We were in North Yorkshire. I can't remember the name of the village we were in, on a little CL site. Near a place called Clapham train station. So if you're from North Yorkshire, you'll know it. Not a million miles away from Settle and Giggleswick. So we'd gone up on a Friday. I'd got a job interview on the Saturday morning as a campsite warden. So we decided to go up and make a bit of a weekend on it. And then the weather forecast was looking grim, and we'd had a named storm, Storm Dennis and Kyra, had been about, and the weather was really bad. And the owner of the site where I was going to go for an interview said, you don't need to come nearly if you don't want to. I said, no, we'll be all right, we'll be all right. So to cut a long story short, we went up on the Friday afternoon, and it was windy and blustery and a bit grim. And we got onto the site, and as I say, I've had worse, and I've towed worse. It's not nice towing a caravan in strong winds, or even driving a motorhome, as many of you will know. So we got set up and pitched up and everything, and then I can't remember, the dogs weren't with us. Hannah must have been looking after the dogs or something. We decided then to go out into Settle and have a meal. And by this stage, the wind was getting up and the rain was driving down, but we were okay. We ended up in a lovely pub, big open fires, loads of walkers staying overnight like in the hotel. We had a lovely meal. It was absolutely wonderful. A couple of pints, and I'd driven to the campsite, and at this stage now, Sandra was driving home. So it was pitch black when we come out, and the wind had got up, and and it was horrendous. I mean, it was seriously the drive home. You could hardly see where you were going with the conditions. It was really bad. I mean, when I say bad, I mean it was really bad. And then in the caravan all night, you could have been on a ship, on a boat, in a rough sea. The whole caravan was rocking. The biggest memory was not being able to get to sleep, because you could hear the kettle, the water in the kettle, slushing. It was as the caravan was rocking. And that, I do believe, was or certainly my worst night of actually spending a night in a caravan, where it was, to be fair, quite scary. And then the next morning, obviously, we put the news on, and Giggleswick and Settle, and especially Giggleswick, where we just managed to get through in this massive storm. If we'd set off an hour later, I don't know what would have happened, because the whole village had flooded, rescuers were out, people were being evacuated, the whole area was absolutely carnage. But we survived, fortunately. What I'm going to do, I've dug out some footage. I've got some backup drives. So I've got a box here with outside here with some backup drives. I've managed to find some of the clips from when we were at this campsite, having a meal. You'll see how calm we were, how nice it all was, and then our thoughts the day after, and the weather, etc. So here is our memories from the worst storm we've spent in a caravan. Have a watch of this and hope you enjoy it. We go over all and more. so we've got a tunnel coming ahead of us, and just have to do a U-turn here, because if you look carefully you'll find that that's flooded, and I'm not going to risk going through that. Allegedly it's a foot, 2 foot deep or something. I'm not,
well, 1 foot.
I'm still not going to risk going through that. I don't know what the depth is, so we'll go back round. Right, so we decided to stop off and settle and have a bite to eat, haven't we? Having settled pudding. Look at that. That's pretty remarkable, isn't it? Bit of mild, nice and toasty and warm. Amber. Oh, amber. Oh, amber ale. Okay. Cheers. Cheers. Yeah, look at that. So it's really hardcore weather. Come off, yeah, left here. So just come off the A65 and back down the lanes now, and yeah, it's pretty evil out there. And Sandra's at the wheel. Hello, Sandra.
You caught me swearing then, but it's quite, I can't see a lot. It's really not good. The puddles are big. Big
Puzzles. This is what you call proper hardcore camping. We've driven through floods, over a dale, over a mountain, and we're here, and it is, but that's not going to stop us. Well, that was definitely my wildest night ever in the caravan, and even camping experience. That was pretty serious last night, wasn't it?
It was a very intense storm, and it just didn't let up at all most of the night, so it wasn't really possible to sleep. Every time we started to drop off, it was like being in a sailing boat basically. The whole thing was just rocking constantly.
And that's an observation we made. In actual fact, you can't see this now, but when we had the kettle here, so the kettle last night was literally, it was literally like that, wasn't it? You can actually see that. It was yeah, that was definitely, it was definitely something. I must admit, I was a bit restless myself, and I don't normally do restlessness.
I was a bit scared last night, I'll admit.
You were scared?
A little bit.
Okay, I was here to protect you. And this morning at sunrise, the rain started to drop and the wind started to drop, and we're now, where are we? 11 o'clock. We've got some bit of blue sky. We've had blue sky, sunshine, rain stopped, and looking a bit better. So we'll have a cup of coffee and go on a little wander round outside, and yeah, see how today goes.